Welcome into the Oklahoman's video studio. I'm Dave Morris, joined by the general manager of the Skirvin Hilton, is Gerald Rappaport. Thanks so much for stopping in.
No, thank you, Dave. I appreciate you inviting me.
Well, I know it's a long walk over. We're neighbors downtown, so they're just right over across the street. Thanks for that. Skirvin Hilton is celebrating 105 years by giving back. It's a historic hotel dating back to, what, 1911?
1911, 105 years, as you said.
105 years, and you recently completed a renovation this summer, but you reopened back in 2006. And what we're getting at here is the tile that you see on the desk here, part of the original tile?
It is. That's the original floor from 1911.
From 1911.
That's right.
That historic tile from when you walked into the Skirvin Hilton, that's what people walked on.
Right. If you think back to 2007, really 2004, when Marcus Hotels and Resorts and Skirvin Partners in Development joined forces with the city of Oklahoma City to save the Skirvin from the wrecking ball. We did a complete renovation restoration of the Skirvin at that time, and were able to save the original lobby floor from 1911.
You saw that floor, hey, that has historic value, let's see what we can do. You salvaged it and kept it in?
We did. We kept it during that first restoration, but over the last 10 years it deteriorated to the point that we can no longer save it. So when we did our renovation this year, celebrating our almost 10th anniversary of reopening, we renovated all the guest rooms, we redid the entire red piano lounge, and we put an entirely new marble and granite lobby floor, but took special care to save the old one so we could allow the folks here in Oklahoma City to own a piece of Skirvin history.
We're talking with Gerald Rappaport, the general manager of the Skirvin Hilton in downtown Oklahoma City. And we're looking at some footage, Gerald, that we shot with you, I guess a month or two ago, while the renovations were just finishing in your lobby. And now we're looking at some of the hotel rooms that you have there. So you have these tiles, and you were able to pull them up as you were renovating the lobby. What are you going to do with these tiles?
Well, first let me tell you, I was a little nervous when we were pulling them up because the first section of tile came out in pieces.
Uh-oh.
And we had made a commitment to Positive Tomorrows. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Positive Tomorrows, it's the only elementary school in Oklahoma City that provides an education to homeless children. And one of our great partners. We support so many causes, great causes here at the Skirvin. But we always have our few favorites, and this month, in addition to lighting up the building pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month and sponsoring all our employees to walk this Saturday, we are doing something for Positive Tomorrow. This month, every person in Oklahoma City will have a chance to own a piece of Skirvin history. If you come to the hotel, you can buy one of these pieces of tile from the original lobby floor, 1911, for $50, and all that money goes to support the kids of Positive Tomorrows.
Walk into the Skirvin Hilton, there you have it, $50. You can own a piece of history, Oklahoma City history, dating way back to the first part of last century. Tile floor, $50 gets you one of these guys.
What's really neat is you have to think about how many celebrities over 105 years walked across these tiles. Presidents. I've been at the hotel for just over a year. I've seen Jerry Seinfeld, Stevie Wonder, Steven Tyler, Terry Bradshaw. Just think 105 years of history, and these tiles give our community a chance not only to own a piece of history, but to do something good for Positive Tomorrows.
When you walk into the Skirvin Hilton, there you see the lobby right there. Just to the left, there you can see some of the renovation happening over the summer. When you walk into the red piano bar just to the left off the lobby, you can see all the artwork and photos that you guys have from the various famous people who have visited the Skirvin over the years. But let's talk about the renovation, and there you can see some of the tile coming up there. What went in behind the latest renovation, the new design?
Well, first let me just say I'm so excited to be completed because jackhammering out an old floor is not fun for our guests or for the associates that work at the hotel.
It's amazing how dust gets everywhere, right?
But it's a special hotel, and everybody knows that in Oklahoma City. And our goal was to just make it more relevant and a better product for our customers, business travelers, conventioneers, leisure travelers, just trying to make it a better experience for them. So we took our guest rooms and we created this very, very minimalistic experience, very spa-like, smooth, soothing on their eyes, comfortable. Everything is washable. There's nothing in the room that isn't clean every day. Then we went to the guest corridors, and we updated all the guest corridors with carpeting and wallpaper, et cetera, et cetera. And then we went into the lobby and updated the entire lobby, trying to protect the architectural history of the lobby, but open it up at the same time and make it more expansive. So we, to some extent, enlarged the lobby by extending it across all 3 columns. Before, all the furniture was crammed in between 2 columns, and it was sort of museum-esque furniture. There was that round poof, and you couldn't really sit on the poof and have a conversation with each other because everybody had their backs to each other. And now the lobby is much more inviting. It's much more relevant. People live in it today with their laptops. It's just better for today's use. We always talk about hotel as being historically modern. So you walk in a hotel and you see these grand, columns that lead up to these beautiful Bacchus that look like jesters and keep an eye over the hotel. And today we've removed the old red drapes, so your eyes are really drawn up to that. So you've got that Gothic design that's inherent in the building, and now you've got a hotel that's not just historic but modern. For example, Hilton Honors travelers today can check into their room on their mobile device, go to their guest room, and with their mobile device, access the room and gain entry through using Bluetooth technology. And that's why we are historically modern.
Your industry has changed so much, hasn't it?
It has, and we have to really challenge ourselves to provide that very highly personalized level of service, so it's sort of like a boutique hotel experience, because if the guest isn't going to come to us and they're going to go straight to the room, we've got to engage them at every possible touch point we can, find out why they're here and try to impact their stay.
Talking with Gerald Rappaport. He is the general manager of the Skirvin Hilton Hotel in downtown Oklahoma City. A book over here can also be purchased at the Skirvin Hilton, written by our colleagues here at the Oklahoman. Jack Money used to work here. Steve Blackmeyer still does work here, and it's a good book that chronicles the history of the Skirvin.
And it is an amazing history. It's a special building, and especially when you look at it at nighttime, it just lights up the sky.
You mentioned earlier that it'll be lit up pink during October, Breast Cancer Awareness, and you have employees doing a walk this weekend. What's that?
We do. We usually have 30 or more employees every year that sign up to walk for Susan B. Komen for breast cancer, and we sponsor those associates and we pay for their admission. And then we have many, many causes like that we help YWC. We donate literally over $150,000 in kind every year to as many organizations in Oklahoma City as we can.
Gerald, how'd you get into the hotel biz?
I think I was born into it. That's a long story, but I fell in love with the business at a very early age. Started in Chicago at really big hotels, 2,300 room Conrad Hilton, 1,900 room Palmer House Hotel, and was just enamored with the excitement and the energy. And I've always been one to enjoy serving, and I think my wife and family have always enjoyed that. I waited on them hand and foot all these years, but I enjoy it. It makes me happy.
And so what's the story of how you came to Oklahoma City?
Well, I've been with Marcus Hotels and Resorts. I joined them in 1984, worked for them for 22 years and was lured away by the competition, as we all are sometimes. And then 7 years later, lured back by Marcus Hotels and Resorts. And for the last 3 years, I've had a couple different assignments with the company. Most recently, the Phillips Hotel, which is a boutique hotel in Kansas City. I was there for a year and a half, and the hotel was sold, and that's how I ended up in Oklahoma City.
It's a good story. I believe you guys are hanging out over in the Plaza District these days, right?
We are urban dwellers. We love Oklahoma City. We've just been so engaged with all of these great restaurant districts here in Oklahoma City, from Bricktown to, Automobile Alley and Uptown and Midtown and now Film Row and Paseo, and it's too bad I like food, because it's killing me.
It's a good food market, that's for sure. Hey, the Thunder season's about to get started again, and that's always good business for you guys on game nights.
Absolutely. Not
Well,
just
for that matter,
game nights, but we, as you know, are host to many other teams
I
throughout
was
the
about
year.
to say the teams travel and stay there.
Not all of them, but many do, of course. And they're a treat to have in the hotel. And most people think NBA have these big egos, but when you get to know most of these players, they're really gentle giants.
Well, you guys do a good job of bussing them in and out when they come. There's a big table waiting on them. It seems like it'd be a good experience for them. And for that matter, big shout out to Amy Nelms and your crew at the Red Piano Lounge. Do a good job of just customer service there, of when people walk in, You're on top of them in a good way.
Absolutely, and the red piano is so much more comfortable today. We added all the window seating in, making it much more relevant, and really did the entire floor and this furniture, and of course, it's really about Amy and her staff. We have so many people who have been with us for so long in that lounge, and it's such a great experience. Everybody tells me it's their cheers. We have so many regulars that come in every week that just enjoy the fact that everybody knows who they are. There's a special relationship between the customer and his bartender, or her bartender. We always know that.
Well, when you step into the Skirvin Hilton, it's new tile now, but historic tile can be purchased at $50, and proceeds help benefit Positive Tomorrows. Gerald, as always, we appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
You know, we'll have you back, because I know you guys have plenty of holiday stuff coming up in the next coming months. We'll look forward to those conversations ahead.
Thank you so much.